All right, guys. Test to review. All right, chapters 4, 5, and 6. So, immunity, infection, and genetics. All right, 50 questions. There are a couple of fill in the blank, actual fill in the blank. Okay. Couple of different things that, let me go over a couple of tables that be familiar with. Okay. Chapter 4, when we're talking about our altered immunity, do need to know the difference. Table 4.2, the IgA, the IgGs, the IgMs, the IgD, and the IgE. Okay, what they do, don't need to know the percentages, but what's their role in the body. Lymph system, be familiar with the lymph system. What's the purpose of it? Why is it? What does it do? What is the purpose of lymph nodes? Right. Chapter 5, table. Going to chapter 5. Chapter 5, hepatitis. Need to know our tables on. Okay, table 5.1. Okay, selected viruses and related. We got the rhinovirus, RSV, adenovirus. Tables. Table 5.2, be familiar with the common labs that we spoke about, CRP, leukocytosis, leukopenia, okay, some different serum. In table 5.3, the different hepatitis. Okay, need to be familiar with that and our clinical manifestations of those. Remember, so the prodrome, icterus, and recovery. Chapter 6 is our genetics. Okay. Need to be table 6.2 with the common newborn screening tests like PKU, galactosemia, sickle cell anemia, all right, homocyturia. Okay. Table 6.3, the different patterns of inheritance of single gene disorders. All right, so a couple other key things. Huntington's disease, sickle cell anemia, need to know the clinical manifestations, the patho, what is it, what do we expect, Down syndrome. Okay, so 3. Need to be familiar with what desensitizing is. Okay, what is a pathogen? What are the benefits of it? What are protozoa? Okay, natural killer cells, what role do they play? AIDS, what's the basis of that? Okay, patients, priority of care, like who is at most susceptible to viruses and infection? What role do healthcare workers play with spreading infection? What are some best ways we can practice to prevent the spread? All right, the flu. What are some clinical manifestations of the flu? What's the best way to prevent the spread of any infection? In addition to hand washing, what are some other ways that we can do? Transmission. What are some transmissions? You know, you have your direct, your indirect. How do things transmit? Okay. What is a pathogen? All right. what is the definition of a pathogen? Fungal, what do antifungals do? What do they target? Okay, on the fungus. What besides the fungus, what specific part are they working at to get? Okay. What are some fungal infections? Okay, what's the name of some of them? HIV and AIDS and transmitting infections. What's some ways that they transmit? Normal flora. What is the purpose of our normal flora in our body? Resistance to antibiotics. Why does that happen? Okay, what are some of the reasons that it happens? Polynephritis and UTI. What are our clinical manifestations to that? What do we expect to see? What do we educate our patients on? Okay. Again, how important is the etiology of a disease? I mean, what is that going to tell us? Sickle cell, what are the traits, percentages of the parents? So know those trait percentages. Tetragenic, what is a tetragenic? What is it? Okay. And what is some of the things, if we have tetragenic effects, what can we see? Why would somebody with liver failure have a discolored urine and know about bilirubin and jaundice? Okay. And protein loss. What happens when we have protein loss? The pathophys of sickle cell. What is a karyotype? And if you have some family history of a condition, what does that entail for the children? Okay. Trisomy 21, what is that? Okay, the Fragile X syndrome. And PKU, what are some of those things that they have in common that we can see with our patients? I was going to say students. Turner syndrome, what is that? And what is that the lack of or the presence of? The Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome, what is that associated with? And how do healthcare facilities and healthcare workers, how are we reservoirs for infections? And again, how can we prevent it? And what are protozoas? What's their role? All right, again, so 4, 5, and 6, some immunity, some infection, and some genetics. All right, if you have any questions, reach out. 50 questions, select all, fill in the blank, and multiple choice. We will review in the morning.